Greetings and David Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. The Black Aspire Radio. David Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. You're tuning into the Black Aspire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diver Show with Patty.
Oh, my love, you make it too easy. 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 Nothing all the time. I'm going online, I'm a damn, I'm getting something, nothing all the time. I'm going to I want to go comments, offense, then I make a defense, to be honest. I just wanna be with you and I know that. I just wanna be with you and I know that. I just wanna be with you, yeah. You and me, every day together we might be it. And everything you say, I know it. When I dance, I get it. I'm living on fire, too easy. You make it 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 too easy. Oh, baby, look at the body, maybe it's not my love. Oh, baby, look at the body, maybe it's not my love. Baby, you gotta change up. You know I can't deny you. I don't know. You elevate, and when we get together, we want it. And everything you say, I know it. And when I dance inside you, you know it. Too easy. You make it too easy. You make it too easy.
All the way. You're tuning into you're listening to the Diver Show.
Yes, a very good afternoon to everyone who is there with us. Karibuni sana to another episode of the African Diary Show. I'm hoping you're doing great, and this wonderful Friday is finding you at great health and at peace as well. Shout out to Kay Williams. I see you trying to throw shade at me again, and I'm not taking it, brother. I'm not taking it. But karibuni sana, and I hope you're doing great on this wonderful Friday. It is on a Friday, man. How do I mistake a weekend with a weekday? But anyway, karibuni sana once again. My name is Katie. In case you're joining us for the first time, this is the African Diary Show. And of course, this is the Black Hot Fire Network. In case you're joining us for the first time and you're wondering what is the African Diary all about, it is all about the conversations coming from the beautiful continent of Africa, what is happening to the beautiful people of Africa, and their day-to-day life activities. And most of the time, I get to give you a disclaimer of some things we get to discuss right here. Yes, they are coming from the beautiful continent of Africa, but they are not lovely to hear about, or they are not lovely to even be talking about. But I see Kay Williams is saying, what's up, Katie? Hope all is well. Yes, all is well with me. I hope all is well with you, and you trying to throw shade at my singing. I don't care about that. I'm going to sing and I'm going to sing. But anyway, I see Bailey is with us on TikTok. I see Ayuga. I see Imran, and to all those who are with me, shout out to you, and to all those who are with me on the radio station as well. Karibuni sana once again. I hope you feel free to talk to me and tell me how is your Friday afternoon, morning, be it it is even evening from wherever you are. Karibuni sana once again. It is exactly 20 minutes past 2 p.m. right here in the 254. You can as well let me know what is the time on your end as we're getting started on our conversation of the day. On today's episode, we shall be discussing different matters, of course, coming from Africa. And one of the things we shall be talking about is about Comoros. That is our main topic of the day. Other than that, we shall be checking on different matters. And this is about Museveni. Yes, Museveni. It's about Museveni rejected a U.S. request to have an army base in Uganda. And, this doesn't come as a surprise, but also it comes as a surprise knowing him as a coon. I didn't expect this, but anyway, yes, he rejected a request by the U.S. government to build an army base in Uganda. We shall be getting to see that later as we get to continue with our show for today. And also other different matters is about Barbados Prime Minister sharing IMF secrets with Africa. So we shall be talking about that later on. We shall be checking on what is happening to this other side of Africa. Yes, Congo Brazzaville is troubled with severe floods, and I've seen the WHO is coming through and trying to act like they are helping. And it's always like that. It is always like that. They always come up and try to act like they want to help, but at the end of the day, they end up adding to more problems than we have right here in Africa. But anyway, karibuni sana once again. I see Super Tunda Music is with us. Karibu sana, and asante sana for joining me on today's episode. Shout out to Kevin Frank, Osomesho. I see you in the building. Karibu sana. And to all those who are just joining us, keep it interactive with me. Remember, our WhatsApp number is very open for you to get to interact with us. And in case you wanted to join in the conversation, those who are on Facebook, on YouTube, I can send you a link and get to join in. In case you're with me right here on TikTok and you'd love to join in the discussion, you just you just send in a request and ask to be a guest right here. But anyway, shout out to Amina Galman, nakucheki tena sana. I hope you're doing great, and to all those who are just joining us. We started off our show, of course, with an amazing jam. That was BN featuring DJ Edu. The jam was too easy. I hope you did get to jam and to eat, but I'm hoping to go back to one more jam so that I'll be back with our quote of the day. In case you have a quote of the day you'd love to share with me right here, keep it coming. And also remember, today is on a Friday. Motivate us as much as you want, but we're going to drink at the end of the day, and it's always like that. People are always like, okay, motivate me at the end of the day. Today is on a Friday. People are going to get drunk. So yeah, but anyway, I want your advice. I'm not going to get drunk, I promise. But anyway, I want your advice. I want your motivational quotes of the day. And in case you'd love to have to give us some wise words or some wise sayings to a brother or a sister, keep them coming. And remember, the year is still young, so we're still motivating people who are almost losing hope. The year is still young. But anyway, let's go back to one more jam. This is Calligraph Jones. The jam is a minimal pressure. Get to jam and to eat. Remember to come back with your quotes of the day.
Greetings and salutations, Master David and Robinson, all the way to the African Doctor Show with Patty. Yeah, stay tuned.
Big shout out to Pace on the beat, by the way. Yeah, remember that time I say that God's gonna happen, no. See this up on book, I'm getting everything I'm asking for. I'm getting it on my own like that, man. I dish that we don't get don't like, so don't get that right. They don't like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like it. If they don't get it on my own like that, man. I dish that we don't get don't like that. Get that right, man. In my zone like that, so we give it to them even if they don't like it. Yeah, one thing I've learned about this life, but never tolerate what you dislike. See, I don't like it, but you fight. I swear I have to marry me a rich wife.
My quote of the day says, "Be good to people. You will be remembered more for your kindness than any levels of success possibly attain." Be good to people once again. Be kind.
Yo, remember when I used to bring that super food? Y'all niggas was some bullshit dudes. I been up in the city for a movie crew. Check me. I may be the next brain of my Denzel, but I can still settle for a nigga quarter. A lot of you niggas know that I've been real. Madukita kani jam, then we push a portion. Make you sex in a stress, na success. Say, you're not keeping a photo man. So, what you said, because you would have ever guessed when they ram for like economy the bottom man. Local trust the double in monotonous. Also, now, we're talking on your local dance. Most of us go by Janaki was so tough. More your heart. I mean, Papa was so vast. Not to brag, but stake on a motor plus and both of that's for stake on and daughter plus. Bronco Pax go and bam on top on Yap, of course, some back on as I could your auto. Yeah, remember that time I say that God's gonna happen.
Yes, welcome back. I'm not trying to waste the less time we have right here. So welcome back, and I want us to start to head straight to the matters of the day. And starting off, I want us to start with what is happening in Congo Brazzaville. And just like I said, yes, Congo Brazzaville is hit by severe floods, and this is just crazy. Where we have some parts of Africa that are experiencing drought and famine, and some parts of Africa are being hit and by severe floods. So right now, we have the WHO coming up to boost Congo Brazzaville in response amid severe floods, and the World Health Organization is scaling up its emergency response in Congo Brazzaville as the Central African nation battles one of its worst floods in decades. The UN held body has allocated $100,000. Yes, $100,000 for the deployment of fast responders whose Africa office announced on Thursday. Heavy flooding has caused widespread devastation in Congo, with 9 of its 12 departments affected, it said, adding that the floods have affected more than 336,000 Congolese, 34 health facilities, and more than 2,200 hectares of farmland. Congo Brazzaville and the neighboring Democratic Republic of Congo are battling severe floods following heavy rains and the rising of water in Congo River to the highest level since 1961. This is just crazy, and this is so sad because at the end of the day, we are going to lose lives. Yes, of course, this happens all the time. And you know, the worst thing that happens with Africa is that we always, in the national budget or in the national budget, we always have some funds allocated for these calamities or these natural calamities that they call natural calamities. And right now, we know very well that these are not natural calamities. So it is just crazy with what happens in these African countries. There's money, there's fund allocated for this, but we don't see it. We don't see it. This is when you hear the IMF is coming in, the UN is coming in, the WHO is coming in, and the more we have these people, the more we are exposing ourselves to risk of the biochem. Yes. yesterday we talked about this. Where we had misinformation circulating, and we had people dying in Zimbabwe just because of misinformation of cholera. And it's when now there's an accusation by a certain group saying that the health ministry, or yes, the people who are manufacturing these meds are using them to inject people to get malaria. So it's, at the end of the day, the more we have these natural calamities and the more we're not able to cater to curb them or to deal with them as African people, is the more we need help from these foreigners. And the more they come, the more we are exposed to risk of getting so many diseases other than what we're battling right now. So this country is even actually at a risk of experiencing cholera, these waterborne diseases, because yes, there's flooding, and it's flooding where people are living. So it is very sad that even in Kenya, we saw people dying, and we had our very own deputy president saying that those people drowning are the ones taking themselves to drown. Imagine, that is what he had to say. But anyway, it is so crazy in what is happening in Congo Brazzaville, and I hope that these people are these people are going to get aid as they need. But I see K Williams is saying, my quote for today is, when Katie stops singing, the world will be a better place. I'll never stop. Let the world be held then. I'll never stop singing. But anyway, yes, I'm talking about Congo Brazzaville, and I'm talking about the flooding situation where we are seeing the UN is coming in, and also we are seeing the WHO is coming in, and they are talking about even health facilities getting affected. And this is so sad, because right now, even if there is an outbreak, maybe cholera outbreak, nobody will be able to help, and we will see so many people dying. It is just crazy, and it is so sad. But shout out to John Investment Strategies. Thank you very much for the gift, Asante Sana, and also Brayo, Asante Sana, for keeping it interactive with me right here. So as we get to other different matters, remember, as I promised you, on today's episode, we shall be focusing on what is happening in Comoros. Yes, Comoros are supposed, or what do we call the people of Comoros, by the way? Just like the way we call people from Burkina Faso, Burkinabe people. What do we call people living in Comoros? Anyway, let's just call them the Comoros citizen. Yes, they are supposed to go and cast their ballots on Sunday. This is the 13th. Yes, they are supposed to be casting their votes on Sunday the 13th. And it's just crazy to see that Assoumani is there trying to get a further term. Remember, Assoumani was president some time back. Let me get to confirm when he was president. He has actually served a long term as president. The first time he served, he was a president since 2002, to 2006. Yes, that was his first term. And he was also president in 2019. From 2016 to 2019, and let me see when was his first term, because I'm not getting. Let me just get to see all his terms, because I understand he was president from 2002 to 2006 and 2016 to February. Right now, he's trying to get a fourth term. I'm not sure which was his third term, but yeah, regarding to what we're seeing right here is that this is a puppet who, like, sometimes it's like he's a puppet where the bosses are not happy with him. They have to replace him, and then they have to put him back, because he was once a president in 2002 to 2006. And then later on, we're seeing him getting removed from the seat, and then being put in 2016 to 2019, and right now he's trying to get the seat again. So this is a puppet who is always like maybe fighting with the bosses, where the boss is feeling like, I have to remove you first to instill some manners in you, and then I will return you when you get to learn some manners. But you guys, what do you feel about Assoumani trying to get the further term as a Comoros president? How is Comoros? How is the economy of Comoros? Look at these people. They are still in trouble. They are still in poverty. Yes, they are stinking in poverty. It's so sad that to see we have people like Paul Biya still president for 40-something years. A child was born. Yes, a child finished school, got married, even had babies. Right now, those babies are almost the age of having their ID, and some of them have already taken their IDs, but the same person is the president. This is just crazy with African people or African puppets. They are full of greed. They don't even want to leave these seats for young people. But anyway, talking about this election that will be held in Comoros, I think also there's a lot of people trying to get this seat. There's 5 competitors. Yes, there's 5 competitors, and we are waiting to see how it goes for Comoros, because I think 2024 has been the year of elections for Africa. And so far, we've had this one election where we had Congo going to election, and Felix Tshisekedi was declared as a winner once again. And this didn't come as a surprise, because we saw the rumors where we had the news site saying that Tshisekedi has or will declare violence to Rwanda or the Rwandan government once he gets re-elected, and that is the criteria they used to re-elect or to put back Tshisekedi. But right now, I'm asking, how do you feel about the Comoros, or how do you feel about Assoumani trying to get a further term? But Comoros will vote in an election on Sunday that is expected to deliver a further term to President Azali Assoumani, a former military officer whose opponents accused him of muzzling dissent in the Indian Ocean archipelago nation. Nearly 340,000 people are eligible to vote in the country of fewer than 1 million people. And Assoumani, who is 65 years, who held the rotating chairperson role of the African Union for the past year, will face 5 competitors, and other opposition leaders have called for a boycott, accusing the Electoral Commission of favoring the ruling party. The Electoral Commission has denied this and said that the election will be transparent. So we have also started seeing the same things we see right here in Africa, or the same things we experienced during elections. Remember, during our elections right here in the plus 244, we saw the opposition still going and saying that, or accusing the IEBC or the Electoral Commission for conducting elections that were not free and fair. We also saw the same thing in Zambia, or was it Zambia? Yes, we also saw the same thing in that country. We also saw in Congo. We saw when Tshisekedi was being elected. We also saw the same thing where even right now the court is hearing the cases of the opponents who are still believing, or who still believe, that the election was not free and fair. But remember, in Africa, and I keep on saying this, in Africa, we have a planned opposition, we have a planned government, so it's not going to work. No matter how you want it to work, it's not going to work. Remember, the opposition is always there to bring such things. And it's doing the work. It's doing its work. Just like here we see in Kenya, we have the opposition mobilizing people to go and demonstrate. After a few weeks, the opposition is shut. Yes. We had the opposition saying they are going to have a bipartisan. Did we ever hear anything about the bipartisan? To date, nobody is talking about the bipartisan. So this is how you get to understand that in Africa we have planned governments, we have planned or put those people are put there. They are put there as presidents. They are put there as opposition. So they are told your work is to do this. Just like the way the president is controlled, the opposition is also controlled. They are told to demobilize people, take them to the streets, tell them to demonstrate about the cost of living. Of course, we're getting oppressed by how the economy is, but you know, when a person or a very senior person comes and tells you, let's go and demonstrate, you will feel like these people are supporting you. Remember, these people can be able to afford unga, they can be able to afford the fuel. Yes, they can be able to afford everything, but they just want to use you to destabilize the country. Yes, you might be thinking you're fighting for your rights, but you're fighting for your rights in the wrongest ways. But anyway, shout out to General Mosquito. I see you in the building. You're saying peace. Peace to you too. Karibu sana. So I was talking about Comoros as we head back to what we're talking about. Comoros is supposed to head to the polls or to the ballot boxes on Sunday the 13th. And we are waiting to see what will get to happen, because so far we are seeing the opposition has started to come and saying that the Electoral Commission is supporting the current government, and this doesn't feel good when they are going up for elections. So we are waiting to see what will get to happen. And on Sunday, this is so good because it will be happening on Sunday. So on Monday, we shall be back right here to follow up on the elections and get to see how has it gone for these people. Are they ready to accept and move on, or what is happening? And remember, in Congo, in Congo, the elections were not free. They were not free at all. They were not free and fair in Congo, because we saw the elections going from Wednesday to Saturday. And this is insane. This is actually illegal. The elections went longer than they were supposed to go. We had, imagine, elections started on Wednesday. We had places still casting their votes on Saturday. So this is just how you get to know that this whole thing is rigged. It's rigged and it's not fair. It is not a free and fair elections. But we are waiting to see if also Assoumani, I don't know why I keep on saying Assoumani, but Assoumani will get re-elected as the president of Comoros. And remember, this man, there's a lot from this man, because I feel like, why did he rule for a term for like how many years? Let me get to confirm. He ruled from 2002 to 2006, and then later we saw him ruling from 2016 to 2019. So the first time he ruled for 4 years, and then he was removed, and he stayed for some time. And then he went back to the presidential papers, and he was there. People went to cast their votes, and he was re-elected. So there's something with this man. There is something with this man. And Kid is saying, Lon, it's not supposed to be fair, Katie. Of course, it's not supposed to be fair. These are always forced to go to elections, but of course, it's not supposed to be fair. I understand that, and we clearly know that these people are just put there for them to do their work. But I see Kay Williams is saying pure madness all over the world. Man, it's pure madness, but at the end of the day, we are the people living in this world. We have to make a change or be the change. Yes, we have to make a change or be the change. But anyway, still on the matters of Comoros, the earlier the vote followed constitutional reforms that removed a requirement that the presidency rotates among the country's 3 main islands every 5 years, and thus allowed Assoumani to seek re-election. The changes sparked a month of sometimes violent protest, and the Comoros Islands, Anjan, Grande Comore, and Moheli have endured years of grinding poverty and political turmoil, including about 20 coups or attempted coups since independence independence from France in 1975, the country is a major source of irregular migration to nearby French island Mayotte, which is historically part of Comoros. So it is just crazy. You see, even the country is not stable. Hello to you too, Lawrence. I missed you. Where have you been? But anyway, karibu sana. I'm saying the country is a troubled nation. You can tell from the political turmoil, grinding poverty, and the people migrating from their countries. And how many attempted coups again? 20 attempted coups. So you see, the country is not at a very good place, or it's not at a very good state. So I don't feel like this is, most of the time in Africa, we waste time thinking about the elections instead of thinking about how we can better our countries. Like right here in Kenya, they are already talking about the 2027 elections. We're not there yet. We are like 3 years before the time gets there. But they are already talking about 2027 elections. So it is just crazy on how much time we spend thinking about the next elections rather than focusing on bettering the country and also focusing on the political state of the country. But anyway, talk to me. Do let me know what you think about Comoros and also them going to the polls on Sunday. What do you think about Assoumani also seeking re-election? And also under the new system, Assoumani, who first took power in a 1999 coup before stepping down in 2002 and then winning election 14 years later, would be required to step down in 2029. Since 2019, Assoumani's government has cracked down on dissent. Critics say former President Ahmed Abdallah Sambi, who was in office between 2006 and 2011, was sentenced to life in prison in November 2022 for high treason related to corruption allegations. At the time of his sentencing, he had already spent 4 years in detention. Political protests have been repeatedly banned for security reasons. Democracy only exists in the lying discourses of Azali, said the main opposition leader, Mohamed Ali Soilihi, who lives in exile in France and has called for an election boycott. Assoumani denies that anyone is prosecuted for political reasons and has vowed the election will go ahead successfully despite the boycott calls. And those who don't want the elections to take place have two options: stay at home or leave the country, he told reporters this week. And on the campaign trail, he has touted the construction of roads, hospitals, and other infrastructure during his tenure. It's just crazy. This is their campaign strategy all the time, everywhere in Africa. You'll also hear the same from somebody who is campaigning in Ghana, in Uganda, in Tanzania. This is the same strategy used in every African country. I will come, I will construct you roads, I will construct you hospitals, I will make sure that the country is doing well, I will give you employment, I will create employment for the young people. They always come and yap to us and tell us, we will do this, but when they get there, it becomes so hard for them to fulfill what they said. It is the same nonsense you hear from every African puppet. You will hear this from South Africa to Uganda to Mali to everywhere. You will always hear this. They always come and start yapping. I will do this for you. I will do this. But when they get there, they are not doing anything. The thing they are always doing is about getting more loans. And when you ask where this money is going, it's actually not going anywhere constructive. Yes, the money is going to their pockets. Look at our president right here in the 254. It was yesterday I was announcing that he has also received some money, amount of money or a different amount of money from the IMF. Last month we reported a sum of money that was given to him by the IMF. Yesterday he received another sum of money from the IMF. And today I saw a video of him talking. I don't know. It was during this week where he had a group of people. He was talking to a group of people. He's saying that the debt has been the main problem. Like the debt he found as the president has been the main problem in Kenya right now. Has been his main problem, and this is why he's not doing so many things, because he's trying to repay the debts. Yes, I think so far he has taken much money than we owed the foreign lenders before he got in. Yes, this is what I think. But he's accusing the former government, which he was part of taking so much loans that he's not able to continue with the country where he found it at. Imagine. This is just crazy. It is so insane and doesn't make sense at all. You cannot tell me you are accusing a government that you are part of it, and you are actually the deputy president, of taking so much loans. This is why you're not able to continue with your manifesto, because you need to repay the debt. You don't make sense. You don't make sense even a single minute. But anyway, my people on TikTok, we are so many of us, and you're not tapping the screen. Why are you not tapping the screen? Please make sure you're tapping the screen and you're interacting with me. I see Kid, you're saying exactly 100%, Katie. It's the same nonsense. Lol. Yes, it's the same nonsense. All the things we hear from Kenya are the things you'll go and hear in Sudan, the things you'll go and hear in South Africa. They are the same things. Just try and find out as an African person. The things you'll hear in Congo, you'll hear them in Rwanda. The same campaign strategy. It's like they have a sheet, or it's like they have a Kenya where they have campaign strategies on how you go and campaign to these people, on how you go and send hope to these stupid people or the dumb people or these villagers. You know, it's just crazy. Shout out to Chris, Lori, shout out to George, shout out to Purity, shout out to Lawrence Mwendo, Asante Sana, and also I see Kid is saying it's going to their pockets, Katie. Lol, damn, another loan. Yes, it's going to their pockets. Their pockets, man, and we're suffering right here. Poverty everywhere, screaming poverty everywhere. We have roads that are incomplete, but we're still paying for them. We have this SGR that was created that is 40 years old. Imagine, 40 years old back, but it's a backward SGR or railway line, but they come and claim that we have the best, while it's actually the worst. Have you seen what Tanzanians have? Man, you should be ashamed as a Kenyan by your government telling you that we have all this, we have the best expressway. Have you seen what is in Tanzania right now? Anyway, I'm not trying to say that Samia Suluhu did this. Of course, she's a puppet. She didn't do that. This was a plan, or this was a project that was left incomplete by Magufuli. So of course, this was Magufuli's project. But look at Tanzania. Look at what they have. These people have the best, but now they want to come and lie to Kenyans because you have your president as a pilot puppet. You have the best as Kenyans. You have the best. This SGR, you're paying for it, but it's not even helping us in any way. If you want to use the SGR, it's either you're going to Mombasa from Nairobi, or coming to Mombasa, or coming from Mombasa to Nairobi. There's no any other way you can get to use the SGR. So tell me, this SGR was supposed to connect to Tanzania and Uganda, but right now it's a dead road. Dead railway line that will never help us, but we're still paying the debt. We're still paying the loans we owe these people. But anyway, I see D is with us, Karibu Sana. I see Chris, Laurie, I see Emily, I see Kid is saying, Katie, he was part of the previous government. Of course he was. Of course he was. But I see Kid is saying, okay, sorry. I think Chris is saying President Kenyatta produced the most debt. That's what you think? That is what you think, man. And you're not Kenyan. Stop talking about the things you don't know. Have you seen what this pilot puppet is doing? Have you seen? He's taking loans right, left, and center every day. So stop talking about things you don't know. And these taxes everywhere. He has gone to a point that he's even stealing from the foreigners. He abolished the visa. He said that Kenya is a visa-free country. Only for you to pay this ETA. I don't know, ETA or ETA. You have to pay now electrical. It's electrical something that you need to pay 72 hours before getting to Kenya. And it's almost the price of the visa. It's actually more than the visa from different countries, you know. But anyway, shout out to Didi is saying it's both Manze. Yeah, it's both of them. And also Lobsmith is saying, true Manze, thank you very much for joining us, Lobsmith. Kid is saying they steal most of the money. Katie, then they tell you about they are building the country. That is what they do all the time, man. And also Kid is saying, Magufuli did that project, Katie, not that puppet lady. Of course, it had to be Magufuli. But also I see D is saying, this debt doesn't reduce, it keep increasing every day. Yes, because your puppet, pilot puppet, is still adding on it. He keeps on saying, actually last year he promised you we shall start repaying the debt in December. What has he done in December? In a span of 1 month, this man has taken a very huge loan. A very huge loan. But also I see Kid is saying, because it was billions of dollars over budget. Imagine, it's just crazy. It's a dead railway line. Dead that won't help us in anything. But I think Kid was saying, lol, Ruto and Kenya are stealing from everyone now. Yeah, man, it's just crazy. It is crazy. And foreigners are not even right now to come to Kenya. That's true. That's for fact. You can go and Google it yourself. But anyway, family, we are talking about Comoros, and away from that, I want us to head to something else different. And I promised you guys I shall be sharing a video of Uganda's president. This is Museveni denying or refusing the US to come and build them. Or to have an army base in Uganda. And also I see Chris is saying, yes, he did. Kenyatta borrowed $8 billion alone from the Chinese. So you think that's a lot comparing to what Ruto has borrowed so far? Man, you know nothing about Kenya. You know nothing about Kenya. So stop trying to prove a point. You know nothing about Kenya. But anyway, my people, let's go to the video real quick and to talk about it. Yes, this is about President Museveni again, and he refused the U.S. to build a U.S. base, army in Uganda. Well, my StreamYard is freezing. You guys can still see me. I froze on StreamYard. But, okay, there I am. Well, as we wait to come back, there it is. Good for you. Man, I don't know what is happening on StreamYard. Anyway, let me try and share this video again. Let me just copy the link and find it somewhere else so that I can get to share it. Okay, Williams. Have a great weekend too. And Kid is saying exactly 100%. Why would you allow the United States to build a base in your country? Of course, I wouldn't, and that is not right. But I'm trying to get this video. I'm trying to see where I can share it because my StreamYard is. Anyways, let me see. I can get a link and share. Kid is saying, is there a Ugandan military base in the United States? That there is not. There is none. There is none even for African countries in the United States. So why do they want to come and build these military bases? But they have so many in Africa. You know that they have so many military bases in Africa, and it's just crazy how we wouldn't have military bases in. Okay, let me try and reshare again now. Present screen window here. Damn, my StreamYard is misbehaving today. Let me see if you guys can see my screen on StreamYard. Okay, there we are. So let me get to share this video real quick. I don't even know if I'll be able to share the other one for the Barbados Prime Minister talking about IMF and Africa's secret. But here is our video: President Museveni rejecting U.S. request to have a military base or army base in Uganda. Telling they have already built an army. Well, their army cannot even rob a shurak. You know that in Uganda is one of the weakest militaries we have. But anyway, yeah, I'm so glad he said no to the whole of the project, because why do we have these military bases in Africa while they cannot even allow any of Africa's military bases in their country? And Kim is saying because that's so they can still end overthrow their puppet when they get out of control. And also, you're saying, why do you think there's a British military base in Kenya? Well, we saw even they are using this British military to train our soldiers right here in Kenya, and most of them, these British armies. Are killing our own people right here, and they are here to guard the interest. They are not here to protect anyone. They are here to guard the interests of their countries, especially in minerals, in the fuel, in every resources we have as African countries. They are not here to guard anyone. They are not here to keep any peace. We already have peace. We are not fighting right here. Tell me, why do we need them in our country? They are here. We don't need them, but they are here by force because they are here to guard their interests in our countries. watermelon. Once he says something and then the next day he's like this. You know, you remember when they were removed from AGOA, he said that they don't need AGOA. The next thing or the next minute he's pleading to be put back to AGOA. So at the end of the day, it doesn't make sense with what they talk about, because they keep on coming to us and telling us we're not going to allow this happen, we're not going to let this happen, but it ends up happening. But anyway, family, I think we shall it up right there. The other video I shall be able to share it on Monday, hopefully. And to all those who are with me, Asanteni Sana, I see Kid is saying exactly 100% Katie, and also Tupatunda Music is saying the unit is meant to provide anti-terrorism training to Kenyan soldiers. You think? Man, that's a lie. That is what we are told, and that is what they want us to believe. But that's a lie. Super Tunda Music. Okay, you think they provide anti-terrorism training to Kenyan soldiers, but why is there terrorism all the time? These people are here to guard their interests in Kenya. They are here to guard the mineral resources they get from Kenya. Everything, the resources they get from Kenya, that is what they are here doing. They are here guarding them. But anyway, Super Tunda Music, please get that right. Yes, don't just rely on what you're told or on what you're given. They will always give you that for you to believe in that. But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean it's factual. That doesn't mean it's the truth. They just want you to think, yeah, that is what they are doing here, but that's actually the lie or a lie. But anyway, family, Asanteni Sana for keeping it interactive with me. Shout out to Kay Williams, shout out to Kid, shout out to Super Tunda Music, shout out to Maxi, and to the rest of the silent listeners. We head right here on the African Diary Show. I'm hoping that you have enjoyed our conversation of the day. Shout out to Jabaya, shout out to Mr. General Mosquito, and to the rest of the silent listeners. Hope to see you later. I'll be back. And today we have a guest on the Rhythm Scoop Show. So make sure you make it to YouTube so that you can get to see who our beautiful guest is. But anyway, Asanteni Sana. Enjoy the rest part of your day. Please remember to take care. I know so many of you are starting their sherehes right now. Please make sure you're taking care. Remember, we always tell you, don't drink and walk, don't drink and drive. Anyway, kwaherini. I hope you have an amazing rest part of your day.
Robinson, all the way in Switzerland. And tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to the African Diary Show with Cassie.
Big shout out to Vince in the group, by the way. Remember that time I said that?
June ananiambia kama wewe unaenda sherehe sema manza niko hapa, I'm still working. What do you mean?
I'm getting everything I'm maxing for. Made it on my own like that. We don't get your lights.